We're going to keep this show rolling. This next comedian, he's a very, very good friend of mine. I've known this guy since probably like first grade. And I never in a million years would I have thought that we'd be doing comedy around the south side of Chicago and becoming successful at it for what it's become so far. This guy, he's really put in a lot of work for these shows, just in and out of the shows, especially doing stuff on the side for Fuzz Comedy. Please, everyone, put your hands together for Mr. Jeff Francis.
How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate it. So the other day I was on Ancestry.com, just looking to see if I could find more about my mom's German heritage. Its last name's Rossner, and I was just like, oh, I want to know where it comes from in Germany. So I was looking on there, and I realized that Rossner is actually a German Jew name. And if you don't believe me, you guys can go ahead and ask the gentleman by the name of Mr. Schindler, okay? Name is on the list. But no, when I realized that, I started putting two and two together about my mom's personality and just the way that she is, and it started making a lot of sense because my mom, how do I put this? She has an opinion on things, and it's not always positive. There's a fair amount of criticism to it and grading. Like what I mean by that is a few months ago I was going to go sledding, and it was a little bit late at night. It was about 10:30, and I'm walking out the door, and I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm going to go sledding. I'll see you later. And she pauses. She looks at the clock. She looks back at me, and she just goes, "Where are you going to go sledding at 10:30 at night? What kind of a place allows a person to go sledding at 10:30 at night? Nowhere, that's where." And then, it's starting to put more and more together about this German heritage, German Jewish heritage especially, because she throws in all these fake Yiddish terms along with it. She goes, "Yeah, you're going to be breaking into some sort of place, like some sort of schmagoo, running amok. When do your father hears about this?" No, I love my mom. She's a neat lady. I did make the mistake of driving with her the other day. Holy shit, do not ever drive with your parents. It's one of the worst things ever. I don't care who you are. As soon as you get in the car with your mother, she will start doing that mom gasp. For my mom, it happens when I get anywhere about 23 miles an hour. I'm talking about shit. I'm going to give you something to gasp about, lady. Help turn this damn car into oncoming traffic. Let's do it. It gets even worse because then she starts grabbing the oh shit bar right above the door. She's like, pulling on it. I'm like, lady, this isn't the bus. That's not going to save you. I'm driving. Strap in and deal with it. The seatbelt's there for a reason. Right? It also gets really bad when she starts pounding on the floor, right? And just trying to stop the car. I'm driving down the block and people are looking at me like, who the fuck put subwoofers in a Honda CR-V? Although my mom did teach me one very important thing for driving. It's very important. If you guys forgot it, shame on you, okay? It's the goddamn courtesy wave. Yes, who knows what I'm talking about? The courtesy wave? Yes, you're pulling out of the lot somewhere, right? Some guy doesn't block the driveway for you. All you do is throw your hand up. That's all you gotta do, right? I look for the courtesy wave. I do. And if I don't get it, I stare you down. I start trying as hard as I can to just develop those X-Men powers and blow up your fucking car because I hate you. The worst though is when you're trying to pull out of Burger King on 111 and you can't do it because someone's just sitting there. And they're not looking at you because they know they're wrong. They know they're the answer, alright? But I gotta admit though guys, I've done it myself. I'm not gonna look either. I feel you staring at me to the side of your head, but it's just, nope, not gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep reading this guy's license plate. PG4973. That's the car for me. So recently I moved back home with my parents too, and that's always exciting because my mom always tries to make these new rules again for me, and my dad, he still hasn't changed much either, where he's like a second-rate henchman for an evil villain. And what I mean by that is he'll just repeat the last thing of whatever his boss, my mom, says to him. So the other day, my mom comes up to me, she goes, "Jeffrey, I don't want any sluts of faloozies coming up and down these stairs late at night." And my dad just chimes in, yeah, for losers. Dad still listens to Rush Limbaugh radio. Oh yeah, that's a hoot. I hate that fat bastard. And I'm talking about Rush, not my father. I hate that man. He is the reason why my generation doesn't care about politics, okay? Because all that he does is just bitch and moan and complain. Just talk shit. That's all he really does. Just, the Democratic Party is the worst party ever. And the ridiculousness, and Obama is the devil, folks. And America needs to do something about this. And just the ridiculousness and the audacity. And the Republicans are great, but the audacity of the Democrats. And I just hear my dad chiming, yeah, audacity. Rush Limbaugh reminds me of like the leader of the Gungans from the first Star Wars, you know, just that big old thing. Lisa no longer the Democrats. Although I will say one of the most annoying things about when I move back home now is when I come home late at night and I'm walking up the stairs and I walk in the door, you know, the dogs come in, you know, I grab a glass of water and I'm walking upstairs and all of a sudden I hear my dad pop up. Who's in my house? You know what? Yeah, it's the robber who has a set of keys, knows where the cups are, knows the dogs by name, and knows that your son's bed is empty and is going to take a few hours to nap in there before he robs you. That's who it is. Yeah. And then it's okay. But that's the biggest reason I don't bring a girl home tonight, is because I don't want to have to deal with that explaining it to my dates that my father is kind of crazy like that. But then again, most women don't want to come home with me after they figure out I live with my parents anyway, so that's that. So I have this job where I transport consumable energy to my clients, and you know, basically that means is, well, I'm a pizza delivery driver if you want to be a dick. And I will say this for people, make sure you always tip your driver, right? Because we remember, right? We remember when the people who make us stand out in the rain, stand out in the cold while you meander onto the door. We remember that stuff. We're like the Northerners from Game of Thrones, right? We don't forget that shit, right? I specifically bought a car for the sunroof so I can put pizzas on the top of my car so I can deliver them and get them cold for people who stiffed me. Yes, that's a real story. And if Colin was here, he'd be thinking me like, oh, that's fucking genius. And if any of you work in a pizza place, you would agree with me too. But some people also ask me when I work in a pizza place, they go, you know, you're a delivery driver. Do you ever get like a porno scenario, like, you know, when you ever drop it off? I'm just like, yeah, you know, women are always swooning and horny as soon as the pizza guy gets there. That's the number one panty dropper right there, right? Although the one time I had a really hot girl answer the door, I wish I would have treated it like a porno, because I swear to God, that would have been better than what I actually did. What I did was just atrocious, you know? This woman answered the door, and this woman was gorgeous. Like, I was jaw-dropped. I just stopped and like, oh my goodness. She's gorgeous. Sorry, I didn't think of something original to say to her, something that like a pizza driver's never said to her before, you know, just something new. But then I realized I've just been staring at this woman with my mouth open the whole time, just looking at her, and I panicked. I just did the first thing that comes to my head. I'm just like, oh, her total, do her total, 27.43. Oh shit. And I just see it. I didn't realize I screamed it at her until I saw her jump back and be like, oh God, okay. So then she's sitting there counting her money, and I tried to save myself while she's counting this wad of cash by going, I'm not creepy. She does a slow stop. Keep it. Just slams the door in my face. And then proceeded to lock the door. And a normal person at this point would have just been like cutting their losses and walked away. But me and my brain wasn't really thinking. So before I left her porch, I decided to scream through her door, I'm sorry! As I ran to my car. That's all the time I got for you guys tonight. My name is Jeff Francis. Thank you guys.
Everyone keep your hands going together for Jeff one more time.